So from here, we're going to want to get this smooth out. So right now we have our normals problem. So our normals are all hard. So I'll right click here and just do shade smooth. And then from there, I'll do add modifier, subdivision surface. I'll go ahead and make my viewport 2 subdivisions. And then from here, we have to actually make these edges a little bit sharper. And we essentially can do that by adding some edge loops. So I'm going to go into edit mode. I'm going to come up here to the very top, and I'm just going to hit our insert edge loop cut right here. And I'm just going to click right there. I'm going to use the hotkey Control R to do this. So Control R, and then just click to release, and I'll do the same thing. Control R, click, and then drag down and release, and we'll just keep doing that. And if I want to kind of not view the final mesh, so it's getting a little bit confusing here, if I just turn off display in edit mode, we can now just simply toggle back and forth by hitting tab like that. So I have it off in edit mode, and now I can see clearly, and now we can see, okay, we can come in here, maybe add some edge loops right there to make all that tight, and then we can just tab over to see the final result of that. So it's a little bit easier to work with when we have this kind of denser mesh like that. And I'll kind of come down here and I'll do the same thing. I'll just Control R, click, and then release. And I'll just kind of keep doing this. And now essentially what we're seeing is this is classic subdivision modeling. You know, we got our base cage, which looks, you know, 90% of the way there. And we get the last a little bit with that smooth, and then coming through here and giving everything a little bit of hardness, either with edge crease, or in this case we're using loop cut, which is inserting an edge loop. And we'll kind of just keep coming down here, and we'll make this area a little bit harder. So I'm just adding like 1 on each side of that. And I can keep just tabbing over to making sure it's looking like I want it to. And if I want it to be a little bit sharper, I can always come in here and tighten this up. So say if we wanted to make this a little bit sharper, we could always, you know, redo this just by alt clicking and then do X, and then we can just do dissolve edges. So if you ever insert an edge loop and you don't want it anymore, alt click to select the entire edge loop and then do dissolve edge. So dissolve deletes it, but then it merges the things that are around it, so that we can then come in here and add in a new edge loop that's going to be a little bit sharper. And that wraps up the candle holder.